Doug, you worked as a second unit director for a few of Robert's films.
Yes, I have.
So it's got you have that relationship established. How's that working out right now?
Well, it's great because I've sort of learned what Robert is looking for as a second unit director in terms stylistically of blending in with his films. The one thing you don't want to do as a second unit director is have pieces of material, sequences that don't fit into what the original director's theory or concept or vision was. So I really feel like, my film school has been the Robert Rodriguez Film School. And so now to be able to take what I've learned from him and apply it now with him as a producer, it's a dream. It really is a dream.
How much is being shot on location and then in a studio?
I'd say, the way that it's broken down now, we haven't started shooting yet, but the way that it's broken down now, I'd say it's probably about 75-25, 75 on location, 25 in the studio.
Now, David, I know there's a couple different origin stories for Red Sonja. How's that going to play out?
Well, I think because there are several different, you have to sort of find a singular version that draws from both, but isn't really either one necessarily. So we're kind of reinventing the origin a little bit, but we're drawing from both. And I think there are certain sort of, commonalities to both stories that are actually, there's several permutations of the character too. So really we had to just create Red Sonja for 2009,
And I know, depending on which story you read, she has different character traits and different weaponry and stuff like that.
Well, Robert E. Howard, who actually really originally created her, created this 16th century Russian warrior who has pistols. And so that's not, although there were elements of her that Roy Thomas then in the early 70s took and started creating this Marvel comic and sort of transposed her from the Renaissance to the Hyborian age of Conan. So it's kind of a confusing evolution, but yeah, ours is much closer to the comic book version, obviously.
I know you guys haven't started shooting yet, but as far as like a rating, what are you guys gonna gun for? Yeah.
Oh, we're R. As Robert said in the panel discussion here at Comic-Con, his initials are RR. We're shooting an R.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
How was the panel?
It was great. It's great to be here with the fans at Comic-Con. They just are so passionate about these types of films and projects, and they've really embraced it, so it's really been fantastic.
Now, why a Red Sonja remake?
It's a character that hasn't been seen a lot. Female action heroes, they're just not out there. Mila Jovovich has done it, and Beckinsale's done it, but other than that, really nobody has done it well. And so we think that she is a character that is built for a franchise, and with, honoring the old, but reinventing it for the new, we think we've got something.
Yeah. We're seeing a lot of remakes these days. What was it about Red Sonja that said, hey, we need to remake this?
We're not remaking that. Shame on you. Oh. This isn't a remake on... No, people don't know, really. It's not a remake on the original one done in the 80s. It's based more on the comics and on the Robert E. Howard material. It has really nothing to do at all, actually, with Bridget Nielsen one. Except for the mullet.
Or whatever that was.
We're going to do that.
I might have a big mullet, maybe.
Should bring that back.
One can always try.
But, so it won't be a remake.
I understand that I read an article where you said you brought the script to Robert.
I did. I didn't even know, that he knew anything about it, and I was so sick of the stupid CRAP I was getting. And he knew...
You can say shit.
Crap. Stuff, dreck, that I was getting, and after, saving the world, him writing a character where I could save the world, then to go to these things where you're just... girlfriend or even, I don't even know. So boring. My eyes were rolling in my head. So, these guys met with me for this script. They called me in and they really wanted me to do it. So then I came home and I was like, this might sound kind of weird, but there's this script called Red Sonja. I actually really like it. I had all the comics. I'm like, do you know what this is? And he was like, apparently he's known all about it since he was 12.
Yeah, I've collected Savage Sword of Conan's and since I was 12, and there's Red Sonja all through that. And Robert E. Howard, I'm a big fan of. So I told her, this is a great character. Is the story good? It's a comic's been around forever, and it was actually a great telling of her mythology.
And real quick, what was it about Doug that you said, that's our guy for this movie?
He's the only guy I would trust to direct something that I couldn't go and do myself every day. And I'll be there a lot, but I can't be there every day because of another project I'm doing. So he's been my first assistant director since, 14 years. Yeah. Yeah. No, before that. Yeah, 4 rooms.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot.
Thanks.